Hi, I'm Dr. Lindsay Nelson. I'm coming to you, I think, week 6 or 7, Mat Wellness Wednesday, and today I'm going to be talking about emotional eating, which really excites me. It kind of gets to the heart of what naturopaths do, making the mind-body connection. And it came on because I have quite a few patients calling me, telling me that they are gaining, they are doing the COVID-15 versus, the freshman 15. They're gaining weight and they're feeling guilt and shame regarding that. And the first thing I say is, don't feel guilt and shame because that leads to more emotional eating. And let's kind of like dig in and get to the heart of it. And sometimes just educating them the difference between emotional hunger versus physical hunger is enough. So emotional hunger typically comes on suddenly. You're going to have a specific urge, a craving for a food. It's going to come on after an emotional event, whether you're conscious of that emotional event or not. It's going to lead to eating that is automatic and repetitive, and that you won't necessarily stop when you're full. Finally, those emotional eating promotes feelings of guilt and anger and sadness, and it's this vicious cycle, right? Negative mood states lead to emotional eating, and emotional eating then furthers negative mood states. Physical hunger, on the other hand, comes on gradually. You're going to feel it more in your body. You're going to feel it maybe in your stomach. You're going to feel hungry. You're not going to feel it in your head. You're going to stop when you feel full. And the physical hunger is not choosy. You're not going to have a craving, an urge. You're going to eat whatever is around or easy to make or whatnot. And sometimes just knowing this and being aware can help patients make better choices. Sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes we need to really get to what is the emotion behind it. And it is important that patients, everyone knows that emotions cannot be controlled. They can only be observed. And so if a patient can become aware of their emotions, then they can get to what's underneath it, what's driving them to make these choices. So if emotional eating is due to emotional issues, then the first steps are, let's start to identify them. Some strategies I use are, I have patients create a food timeline. So look back in your past 3 events, 5 events, 10 events in your history where you can connect an event with food. Maybe it's a Thanksgiving, maybe it's eating a pint of ice cream after a breakup, something like that. So maybe, we take it a step further and we identify what's the belief system that goes around that event. Another thing you can do is create an emotion or food log. So for a day, a week, a month would be awesome. You write down the foods you eat and then you write down the emotions. And sometimes the patterns that you observe can be telling enough. Maybe you have that aha moment just observing those patterns. There are a lot of strategies that I do with patients, but the important thing is they need to become self-aware. You cannot move forward until you become self-aware. Then we can develop kind of quick fixes, quick strategy fixes to help break that cycle. And that's, take 15 minutes and maybe you go for a walk. Maybe you drink a glass of water. Maybe you do a breathing exercise. Maybe you get into a plank. That's something that we kind of tease out, like what is going to actually be doable, what's something we can commit to doing. And then finally, we get to the root cause of the emotional eating in order to break that belief system that's attached to it. And this might mean identifying the emotion and the physical sensation, right? I'm sad and that's the emotion. My physical sensation is my stomach feels empty and I want to fill that emptiness, maybe with food. We as humans want to move away from feeling pain, and so we do things that help us move away from pain. So sometimes just helping to identify the emotion and the physical sensation can help patients. Maybe they need to identify the emotions further, right? We have primary emotions, anger, sadness, surprise, happy, but then further along, you can kind of tease out more emotions that are attached to it. Looking under an emotional wheel can really help patients tease out what are those deeper emotions that are attached. This last step, I think, is the most difficult. And I do believe that you can't do it on your own. You need someone to help guide you, someone to help kind of facilitate, observe, kind of help you find that aha moment. And that aha moment is so imperative because it gets to the root cause of your emotional eating. It brings the subconscious into the conscious. And once you have that, then you can start to really heal. Again, I'm Dr. Lindsay Nelson. If you guys have any questions about what I was talking about today or anything else, please email me, drlindseysnelson@gmail.com, drlindseysnelson@gmail.com, or check out my website, drlindseysnelson.com. Happy to answer any questions. Happy if any of you want to like kind of dig in onto emotional eating and help guide you through it. Other than that, everyone be safe and be well. Thank you.